Okay. Says I'm live, says I'm live, says I'm live, 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 I'm alive, I'm alive, live. Am I live? Live, 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 live. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Says I'm live there. It says I'm live there. Says I'm live there. Okay. All right, sorry, I'm a few minutes late. I was actually working on a song, and I completely forgot that it was. Oh shit! It's almost 8 o'clock. So here we are, Saturday, February 25th, 8 or ish o'clock. Yes, I am your bundle of sunshine. I am here on a Saturday night, and I'm actually. It's been a busy day. Had to do a shift today and got home and made some supper and shit and but getting ready for here comes that initial yawn because I haven't talked to anybody yet today. Yeah, so getting ready for this show, but I also actually am taking part in a eventually what will be edited. It's not live streamed per se, so it'll be like up on YouTube or whatever. But I'll be taking part in a panel, sort of a very loosey goosey panel of a Gentle Giant fan page up on Facebook. The person moderating or putting it together found me from the video that was done back in 2020 now. Wow, it's like May of 2020. Is that right? Jeepers, it's already like closing on 3 years. Yeah. So long story short, if you don't know the history of it, obviously Gentle Giant being a prog rock behemoth, who have actually seemingly found more fame in retirement than they ever did when they were a going concern in the 70s, and they pretty much did 10 years. First album came out in 1970 out of the wreckage of Simon Dupree. And put out a bunch of records. Put out their last record in 1980 and their last tour. And that was it for reals. Like nothing really after that, other than as the internet age started to build up and pick up speed, Gentle Giant started to become a little more in vogue, to be honest, which was, as prog rock soldiered on despite all overwhelming oddities of, bad faith criticism and journalists who wouldn't know their ass from their elbow regarding anything musical. That being said, let alone music as complex as something like Gentle Giant or any of the other prog rock folks. Basically people that don't have any real business talking about it. And I'm not saying that I do or that, but I have obviously a very healthy appreciation for music. So I think a lot of music journalists aren't in it for that. Like they're in it to just, write a bunch of words about shit and see how much they can get away with, It certainly seems that way lately about press and music press specifically, though going back, the music press has always been a crapshoot, Anyway, so with the advent of YouTube and reissues over the past since the aughts, Gentle Giant have slowly been kind of building their brand in a way that's like very it's very edifying, very satisfying that the band is getting their due. People are listening and getting off on it, and Gentle Giant have been sampled many, many times in the hip hop community. So they know what's real. They know what's up. They know the deal, and that's no small cookies. Gentle Giant. I think I don't know to what degree they own their earliest records. I think they own or in the they've been in the process of slowly acquiring their taste, slowly acquiring their back catalog so that they own what masters still exist. Excuse me, and have been as they've been building up their brand, or their post peak brand. Have done again a lot of regular sort of reissues, remasters of the records, and then it kind of got into a remix phase. So you're getting into the Steven Wilson area. So Steven Wilson, being a prog rocker himself, has become sort of the master of ceremonies when it comes to a lot of progressive rock remixing, and I think has done a fantastic job of what we've heard so far with the Gentle Giant catalog. So he's done Power and the Glory, he's done Freehand. Interview is supposedly coming, or it's done, and it's coming. Same with Missing Piece. Haven't heard much about Giant for a Day. That tends to be the sort of pariah of the catalog. And Civilian actually was just re-released on vinyl, because they've finally recaptured those masters and own those. So no word. I think that the Playing the Fool live album has gotten to. I think they've released so many different live records at this point that I don't think that will really get a re-release per se. Octopus got remixed, or at least most of it did. The first three albums were hit and miss as far as remixing, because they did not have all of the multi-tracks. So they did what they could, and though apparently they did find multi-tracks for the first album, which they released on this huge ass box set of all of their albums, plus a ton of live stuff and a great book and all this kind of wonderful shit. So yeah, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to Gentle Giant. And so anyway, happily, I am going to be part of this panel, but it will be taking place because their Central Time, 10:30, so it's going to be a little bit late, a late evening for me. So I might try to, do a shorter version of this show so I could literally go take a nap in between and then do that later. But I'll let people know when that's actually up and edited and all that. There was even an invitation of potentially allowing me to play music at it, which now I don't know any Gentle Giant songs or music, because there's no way that music is way out of my league as far as playing goes. I mean, I can sing aspects of it, and again, I was able to do that on that video. So back in May of 2020 during COVID, we're all kind of shut in, we're all losing our fucking minds, and one of the Shulman prodigy, I think I want to say the son of Derek Shulman, the lead singer, has been doing a lot of the work, and has been doing a lot of the archiving and kind of the restitution of the everything Gentle Giant, by putting out T-shirts and making videos for some of the remixes and all this kind of stuff. So came up with this great idea to basically the idea was that, so the song Proclamation off of The Power and the Glory, which is the first song, the song that leads it off, that you would download the song and you would play along with it, whatever it is, instrument, singing, they gave us carte blanche, but they wanted you on video playing along with it, you know what I mean? So they wanted to see you playing with it, and the idea would be that it would be just this big kind of melange, hodgepodge, collage of Gentle Giant fans and players paying homage to the band by singing and playing the parts in the thing. And I said, I couldn't pass that up. But obviously, so again, playing wise, it's like I'm not that good a player. Guitar, surely not keyboard for sure. But I can sing. I can do the singing. So I learned the part, the lead vocal part, and I learned the backing vocal parts so that I could actually send them multiple things. And basically, the idea was that you would. What I did is, I just downloaded it into Logic, just created, stems for them and sent them the mix of, you basically send them just the stems without the actual back music. And then what they did is then they would take all of these disparate bits, and the way that you did it is like if you downloaded it correctly, everything would come in sync. So it worked out. And so then they would go and they would remix not only the video but the audio of everybody that had contributed to this kind of fan homage to Gentle Giant. So did that, and that was fun, and it was a lovely sort of week of learning the part, recording the parts, getting it up there, and then kind of hanging out and waiting until trying to find out whether or not you made the cut and all that kind of stuff. And then got the word that it was coming out, and sure enough, it came out, and yeah, I'm on it. I'm there, like right next to Derek Schulman, virtually, of course, singing the part. It's like, man, are you kidding? Talk about a thrill. So I did have the pleasure of meeting both Derek and oh wow, just utterly spacing on the keyboard player's name, Kerry. Kerry is his name. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to. This is what happens when you get older. You start to lose. Kerry Minair. Yeah, of course. Wow. I don't know why. Why was I spacing on his name? That's so weird. That's what happens as I'm getting older. It's like I'm spacing on simple shit like that, like not remembering people's names, and so possibly early onset something or other. God knows. You heard it here, folks, on Saturday, February 28th at 8:15. That I gotta wonder. So anyway, I got the chance to meet the two of them. Derek Schulman actually lives in New York. He's a record exec now. And they were both in New York at the time at the now defunct FYE store, which was kind of used to be Strawberries Records, etc. In New York City. They were there to do a signing because they had just re-released or remastered versions of some of the albums. So I said, "Fuck that! I'm gonna go to New York for the day, and I'm gonna hang in line and get a picture." And I do have a picture and of that. Happening, so it actually happened, so talk about a thrill, definitely a thrill for sure. And so yeah, so the video comes out, and what's really cool is that and it's up on YouTube everywhere, so you can find it. It's not hard to find. Just put up Gentle Giant Proclamation fan video or something like that, I think it's called, and you can see it there. And I actually have put up my own video of both of me with and without the backing music, so you can kind of hear both. So what was cool about it, though, like I said, is that we figured, I think everybody was surprised when lovely, very wonderfully surprised that the band themselves appeared in the video. Like everybody that's all of the surviving members of Gentle Giant, which is mostly all of them. We did lose their original drummer, died many years back. He was only on the first two records. But then so that was very cool. So not only are they singing, but they're playing, little bits and pieces on like the middle section. You see Ray and Kerry on these little ukulele things, and they're playing, they're playing the part back. It's the closest we're ever gonna, I think, really get to a Gentle Giant reunion, But if they're gonna do it that way, I think that's cool. I'm happy with it. I get the idea. I mean, they're all a lot older, and they haven't been doing the same stuff for a long, long time. So doing an actual reunion, I think, would be. I mean, it's too bad because there was a band called Three Friends at one point, which was Kerry Minier, Gary Green, and Malcolm Mortimer, who played drums on the third record, who is still with us, but took the place of again, another person's name I'm completely spacing because I'm stupid. Um, um, John Weathers. Wow. Um, still with us, but he doesn't play anymore. I guess due to some health issues and this and that. But he is still with us. Anyway, um, so yeah. So long story short, it was a really great thrill to do. It won Prog Rock Magazine's best prog moment of 2020 or something like that. Prague event, or I forget what the award was exactly, but and they've again they've continued to re-release the stuff, remaster the stuff. They've put out numerous box sets and things, and you know continue to reap the benefits and the rewards of 10 years of fucking amazing music. So anyway, long story short, that's what I'm going to be doing a little bit later on. Uh, Something's going on with my stream. Is that? No, that's up. It says chat disconnected. Why is my chat disconnected? I don't want my chat to be disconnected. I didn't disconnect it. Let me see here. What's going on here? I just want to make sure that I always leave the chat certainly open. So that way people can say hey or whatever. Just allow comments, dude. What the hell? I'm not sure why that happened. That's weird. Yeah, the chat is open, I believe. So yeah, okay. Just making sure that it's on. Anyway, sorry. It's just like moment to moment, trying to keep track of the two different streams between the Instagrams and the YouTubes, and things go in and out. I think depending on the what's happening in the ether. Cranberry juice, 100% stuff. Yeah, keeps it tart. Anyway, so along with that, just keeping track of the weather situation. So apparently, LA or California are getting hit by all manner of weather event, which is pretty kind of crazy. Well, California in general, not just L.A., but yeah, it's crazy. It's basically a California battles a record-breaking snow and rain. Extreme rain and snow fell across the Golden Gate, leading to rescues and closed roads. That's crazy. You know what I mean? It's just like you just don't hear. I mean, it's fucking California. It's just not stuff that they are used to. Says more than 7 inches of rain fell in Ventura County. So there's flash floods going on. Roads are flooding out. Oh my God, there's flooding in Encino. They had to like lift people out. It's like there's pictures of just, yeesh. It's a mess. Yeah, so it's one of those things. I mean, for us up here in New England, it's sort of like, it's like that should be happening here. It's like things are complete. I mean, now that being said, it did snow all day today. So, we finally kind of get a sense of some winter weather, and they're looking at this next. So basically, the upcoming week apparently is snow and rain and precipitation in general. So, a little more winter proper for New England, I think. So I don't know. I'm hoping for a snow day, maybe on Tuesday or something. Maybe they let us go early on Monday night, or I don't know. Hopefully. They seem to be a lot more, cautious. Like even this past Thursday was supposed to be an event, and they canceled it because they were afraid of freezing rain, and it was rain. It's just like, really, you're gonna cancel? Okay, it's like we haven't become that. It's like, come on, guys, this is New England. We should be able to handle this stuff. This is not new, But yeah, okay, postponed it or whatever. So we'll see. We'll see what happens this week. Should be an interesting. Could be an interesting week. Could get some enforced days off, which I'm always for. Anyway, other than that, so today being February 25th, um, so the milestone for today, the biggest one is this would have been George Harrison's 80th birthday. So that's pretty fucking significant, and that's the and considering he was the youngest Beatle, do the math of that shit. And suddenly, my web is saying no data, so I don't know if that's real. Now it's back. Excellent. It goes back and forth between no data and excellent connection. So you YouTube folks, hopefully there's no blipping going on. I don't know. Anyway, so George, being the youngest Beatle, would have turned 80 today if he hadn't passed away. He passed away 22 years ago already, and that's kind of hard to believe. Yeah, and you think about it, it's like, Lennon passed away, 42 years, 42 years ago, thereabouts. That's really hard to believe. Still, I can't fathom that. It still kind of makes me speechless when I think about it. It's like 40 years. He's been gone longer. Like, he's been gone twice as long as he was, like, in the public eye, from 1960 to 1980. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. So anyway, but yeah. So Harrison, oddly for Harrison, I think he, during those years, he thought of himself as a kind of a second tier Beatle along with Ringo. However, he was the smartest one, apparently, even in business. It was announced today also from Danny, his son, that Harrison's solo catalog has reverted and now is in the hands of the Harrison estate. So they're going to re-release all the stuff on the Dark Horse Records label. So, and that's more than McCartney can say. McCartney still does not own a lot of his stuff or his masters and things. That's pretty significant when you think about it. So Harrison's legacy and his estate, I think seemingly have done all the right things, and so it'll be interesting to see beyond the box sets that were released. Was it 10, 12, however many years it was ago? What is going to happen? I mean, they just re-released the remixed version of All Things Must Pass. So, there's not really much more they can do with that, I think, at this point. And hopefully the rest of the catalog will get its due, remastered, remixed, extras, the whole 9 yards. We'll see what happens. So looking forward to that. Making more of a dent in my bank account, of course. And, tonight I'm probably going to be very Harrison heavy. When I'm for the songs I'm gonna play. No, I'm really stuffed up today though, so I'm gonna try and do what I can. Now I've got my is there anything even? I'm not sure if there's anything even in there at this point. I can't tell, but I'm gonna shove this up my nose and yeah. Woo! So it's also really dry, in the winter, and it's just like I'm seeing the replay as I'm doing this. Really, 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 really attractive. But I am your bundle of sunshine. I'm going to give it to you in as much truth as I possibly can. I'm no sex pot, as far as I know. So anyway. But when it's hard to breathe, it's hard to sing, obviously. So, and that was like last night, man. I was having a lot of trouble breathing, trying to sleep, and it comes and goes, and the more I've got to use that shit, the worse it gets, of course. But this is, this is what it comes down to as far as my nasal blah 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 that I've gone on and on about forever. But anyway, other than that, how's everybody else doing? Um, I sort of see folks in the background a little bit and hanging out, which is cool. That's fine. It seems like more people. What I'm noticing is that it seems like there's more people not making the live show, but coming after the fact and watching the recordings. And that's fine. That's cool. I can get into that. It might be the kind of thing where it's like, I don't want to hear him talk. I just want to hear him sing. It's like, which I get. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe you all just want to hear me talk and you don't want to hear me sing. Got to wonder if it's a 50-50 proposition there. I don't know. Because I'm here alone in my house with my cat. I can only go by what I hear or see, and if I don't see a comment or whatever after the fact or whatever, then it's I have to just sort of surmise. I might need to go grab some tissues. Hang on one second. I'm gonna go quickly do this. I'll be right back. You can still hear me. Hang on. I'm still here. Yeah, that's rough. Oh, yeah. Okay. I am back. So I am going to. So tonight, like I said, I'm going to be a little Harrison heavy. There's a few songs that I do or have done fairly regularly that I can play. But he said yawning. Believe me, I'm not bored. It's just a lack of oxygen and air. I can't breathe. So Harrison heavy. So there's a number of songs that I already do that I know well enough. Potentially without fucking them up too horribly. But I also figure that there's a few songs that of George's that I've never tried or never attempted. And that's why I was a couple of minutes late tonight as I was working. I was trying to work out a couple of things of songs that for whatever reason I've just never learned how to do. So the thing that I've been doing lately, as I've been rehearsing live online like this, relearning the old songs that I used to do in my open mic and songs that I just like to play, and just between cover stuff and then my own stuff, and I kind of go back and forth. And I kind of went through most of the catalog things that I can do. There's a number of songs that I don't know, might be on the permanent pile to just like not do anymore because I can't hit the notes anymore. I can't. I mean, apart from working on them, working on on changing keys and stuff like that, I can certainly try to do that, but and I've done it on a couple of things. But I have to. Sometimes it's not as easy just doing moving a capo around. There are times, so I may have to go in and look at that pile and go, okay, how can I actually play this somewhat correctly, but in a slightly lower key? Because, I'm that's where I'm at. I'm looking at that. So anyway, so same thing. Some of these newer songs that I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn them in the correct keys and getting a sense of, well, can I do this one or can I not do this one at least with a modicum of, okayness. Hey, Andy, what's up? I don't want to just be a hack up here either. So I want to be able to at least deliver a song without completely, falling apart. I mean, that being said, that's happened a couple of times. Like I said, there's a few songs that I used to be able to sing, and there were just certain notes in the song. Can't do them anymore, man. Cannot do them without a lot of pain or coughing or choking or whatever. So anyway, but that's kind of the journey I'm on right now. I'm just, getting back into, it's really amazing how when you don't do this every day, because of work or whatever. It's like it's just so easy to fall off the horse, or just like lose. There's some muscle memory coming, that happens. Like with that happened the other night when I was playing a song I hadn't played in for 30 years, and I wasn't going to do it, and then I said, fuck it, I'll try it, see what happens. And it's like a 2-part song. It's a tell song, and I'd completely forgotten how to do the second part for the most part. But then, like, out of the first part, dovetailed right into the second part, like automatically, like my fingers remembered how to do it. It's like, oh, that's weird. So yeah, muscle memory is a thing, So I'm trying to find those moments where my mind just kind of does the right thing and doesn't get in the way, because unfortunately for me, my mind gets in the way a lot. So the idea of kind of embracing the danger zone, if that makes any sense, or just like the zone of uncomfortableness, out of the comfort zone, I think is the easier way to say it. By playing songs I've never fucking played before, either to myself or certainly in public, and just to see if I can get through them. But they're also, they're songs that people know, obviously. But and considering tonight again is going to be Harrison heavy because of his birthday, I figured, well, let me do what I know, and then I'll look at playing a few bits that I don't know or haven't played before, and see if they're not rocket science. They're not Gentle Giant. So Gentle Giant, again, those are highly complex. These are very simple, much simpler songs for me to play. Nonetheless, musically heavy, shall we say? Yeah. So anyway. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe on that note, I think I'm just gonna hit it. Why the hell not? Because like I said, I might have to, because of the Zoom recording. Basically, that's what I'm doing later on. 10:30 Central Time, which is 11:30 Eastern Time. Doing again this Zoom recording of a panel from a Gentle Giant group, and excuse me, my nose is being weird. So I, I'm going to play for a bit, and then I'm going to see, because I'd probably want to try and take a little bit of a break in between things, but we'll see how far I can go. Make sure I don't have a cat behind me here, so I don't want to roll over his tail. He's very stealthy when it comes to that. So let's see. So if I were to go in, excuse me, some sort of, chronological order regarding these Harrison songs. So the first actual George Harrison song, the first song ever released by the Beatles, was a song called "Don't Bother Me" off of the With the Beatles record, which was their second record in Britain. And I think it's still probably sets up Harrison and his general demeanor through his songs as the sort of I don't want to call it the grump factor of in the Beatles, but the sort of more of the sort of serious kind of both McCartney and Lennon, of course, could be serious, but they had a different slant. And, Harrison was a little more, I think, maybe even more cynical than Lennon was. Lennon was more just angry, but Harrison was less angry, but just as cynical. Certainly, I think he was. I want to say it was either him or Ringo that came from the kind of the poorest areas of or Liverpool, or had the poorest upbringing, if you will. Lennon, on the other hand, actually had the richest. I mean, so that go figure that. But anyway, all that said, So see, I haven't played this in a few, probably since last month. I played it last month or the month before, I forget. Anyway, so this one's called "Don't Bother Me." Since she's been gone, I want no one to talk to me. It's not the same, but I'm to blame. It's plain to see. So go away, leave me alone. Don't bother me. I can't believe that she will leave me on my own. It's just not right when every night I'm all alone. I've got no time for you right now. Don't bother me. I know I'll never be the same if I don't get her back again. 'Cause I know she'll always be the only girl for me. But till she's here, please don't come near, just stay away. I'll let you know when she's come home. Until that day, don't come around, leave me alone. Don't bother me. I know I'll never be the same if I don't get her back again. 'Cause I know she'll always be the only girl for me. But till she's here, please don't come near, just stay away. I'll let you know when she's come home. Until that day, don't come around, leave me alone. Don't bother me. Don't bother me. Don't bother me. Don't bother me. That's still probably one of my favorite bridges of all time. It's so I don't know. It's just a great bridge. It's really a great bridge. Everybody kind of slags off Harrison as not being a good composer or anything like that. But this was his first song. Are you fucking kidding me? Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Let's not even fucking go there. Are you kidding me? Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Anyway, still, it's his first song. All right, let's see. So if I'm going, let's see, chronologically, of the songs I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna do every, Beatles Harrison song. Obviously, I want to do some of his solo stuff as well. But let's see. Yeah. So anyway, so this one, if we're going chronologically, skipping to the Help soundtrack. This was the Harrison song on the movie, the one Harrison song on the movie, and it's still one of my favorite songs. Actually, I remember first hearing it, obviously on the Help album, the American version when that was bought. I bought that, or was bought for me. I want to say 1975, probably something like that. 74, 75. I remember it. It was bought at the local Kmart in West Warwick, where I got a lot of, we went there often. I got a lot of my early Beatles records there, some of which I still have, actually. But I remember getting that, and I remember, in those days, watching those movies was always a rare thing, because obviously this was long before YouTube or VHS or any of that shit. So the only time you could see those movies, we're talking 10 years after they were released, was when they would get shown on Channel 56. Usually, every morning they had the morning movie something or other, where they had two movies back to back. And they would often do a Beatles morning of both Help and Yellow Submarine. They did that often enough to be sort of like, there was one morning where we knew that was going to happen, and God bless my mother. She one of those mornings she allowed me to stay home and watch it. I sometimes don't give my mom enough credit. You know, she was she was doing her best on her own, and she was, obviously she, would rather I have gone to school as I should have when I was 10, 11 years old or whatever. But, she also understood that I was a huge Monkees and Beatles fan. So the only opportunity to see Help and Yellow Submarine, back to back for once every blue moon. Yeah, she noticed it. So there was that one morning when I must have pleaded with her with big puppy dog eyes or something. I just like, I don't want to go to school. I want to watch the movies or blah blah blah. And she allowed me to stay out of school. So I don't even know if she called and lied saying that I was sick or I don't. I don't really know. I don't really care. But yeah. So again, I'll give my mom props on that one. That was a good call, Mom. Anyway, so this song called "I Need You" is always one of my favorites from that soundtrack, to be honest. Anyway, you don't realize how much I need you. Love you all the time and never leave you. Please come on back to me. I'm lonely as can be. I need you. Said you had a thing or two to tell me. How was I to know you would upset me? I didn't realize as I looked in your eyes. You told me, oh yes, you told me, you don't want my loving anymore. That's when it hurt me, and feeling like this, I just can't go on anymore. Please remember how I feel about you. I could never really live without you. So come on back and see just what you mean to me. I need you. Oh, yes, you told me you don't want my loving anymore. That's when it hurt me, and feeling like this, I just can't go on anymore. Please remember how I feel about you. I could never really live without you. So come on back and see just what you mean to me. I need you. I need you. I need you. Yeah, man. Again, it's listening to those songs, it makes me want to go watch the movie again. I haven't watched the movie in a while, so on Blu-ray. All right. The next one in line is one that I have not ever played before. It's also in the key of A, as the last one. Obviously. Oh, thanks, Susie. I appreciate that. Andy and Susie are listening to me. Appreciate it. Yeah, I tell you what, cranberry juice, man, it's really good on the throat. Cranberry combination of cranberry juice and Neil Med Sinufur? What the hell is this? It says Neil Med Sinu Frin. Wow. I can't even see it. It says Sign Your Friend Plus. Anyway, so the combination of Sign Your Friend Plus and cranberry juice, there you go. That's the concoction that works tonight, apparently. Anyway, so this song, it's played normally on, well, the riff is a 12-string riff, but I'm not going to play it the way Harrison played it, which was a capo on the 7th fret, because I would need to work on that. Though I know how to start it, but I don't know how to end it. so I'm just going to play it in the key, the right key. So long story short, Harrison played it on the 7th fret with a capo on the 7th fret. Lennon played the same chords but without a capo, so they got that nice sort of chiming thing going on between the Rickenbacker 12 and the Epiphone Casino, because I'm a nerd that way. Anyway, let's see if I can do this one. This is one of those fiendishly, slightly, weirdly clever, simple songs that are very easy to get yourself derailed if you're not careful. If I needed someone to love, you're the one that I'd be thinking of. If I needed someone, if I had some more time to spend, then I guess I'd be with you, my friend. If I needed someone, have you come some other day, then it might not have been like this. But you see now I'm too much in love. Have your number on my wall, and maybe you will get a call from me. If I needed someone, if I had some more time to spend, then I guess I'd be with you, my friend. If I needed someone, how could you come some other day, then it might not have been like this. But you see now I'm too much in love. Have your number on my wall, and maybe you will get a call from me. If I needed someone, fiendishly simple, but just what a great song. What another great song from our George. Let's see. So I'm going to try and I'm going to revisit that one. I'm going to try and learn it with the capo on the 7th fret, like the actual 12-string part, in lieu of Lennon's part, and see if that. It's hard to do, obviously, with a lot of these Beatles songs are, obviously very harmony heavy, and I just got the little old me here doing it. So let's see. All right, so another one. If we're going chronologically, because again that would have been from the Rubber Soul record. Ooh, excuse me. And I thought, all right, I need to learn something from Revolver of the three that was on that album. Taxman, yeah, not gonna happen. Too electric, too that, yeah, just not gonna happen. Love You Too, I probably could have faked, but same thing. That's a sitar workout, and it's sort of like So the only one left was I Want to Tell You, which is very piano heavy. And it's got another one of those fiendishly clever riffs. Also an A. Harrison loved his A, key of A. Yeah, so for me, it's the beginning riff is a little odd. Yeah. I want to tell you, my head is filled with things to say. When you're here, all those words, they seem to slip away. When I get near you, the games begin to drag me down. It's alright, I'll make you maybe next time around. Wow. Wow. Train wreck, I told you. Okay, gotta remember, I've never done this one before. This is one of those ones that's got a fiendishly clever riff to it. Fuck. Okay, I think I might have figured out an easier way to play it. Trying to play it and sing it at the same time was a whole different story. I'll start this one again. See if I can get through it, right? I want to tell you, my head is filled with things to say. When you're here, all those words, they seem to slip away. When I get near you, the games begin to drag me down. It's alright, I'll make you maybe next time around. But if I seem to act unkind, it's only me, it's not my mind. That is confusing thing. I want to tell you, I feel hung up but I don't know why. I don't mind, I could wait forever, I've got time. Sometimes I wish I knew you well, that I could speak my mind and tell you. Maybe you'd understand. I want to tell you, I feel hung up and I don't know why. I don't mind, I could wait forever, I've got time. I've got time. I've got time. I've got time. Ooh. There's an odd little chord there that's very strange. that's another one I'm going to work on. I'll put a bullet next to that one. But, you know, again, first time playing it, so considering it. But it's fun to play, actually. Once you start to figure it out, it's very fun. Okay, so was never ever going to try to attempt Within You Without You or Northern Song from the Sgt. Pepper record. Magical Mystery Tour, you know, Blue Jay Way. Same thing, just like, yeah, that's all about the production on that record. So then we find ourselves into White Album territory. And so this will be a little more sort of we'll see. You know, we'll see. As all I'm gonna say, we'll see. I haven't done this one in a while. Oh, need a capo for this. Sorry, this is 7th fret. So another one where capo on 7th fret. Now this is yeah, obviously once we start getting high up on the capo on a 12 string like this, it starts to get a little wonky if you're not careful. Anyway, so this one is the acoustic demo-y version of this song, which I actually kind of prefer, to be honest. And I also prefer the one where George Martin later, basically the last ever arrangement he did, and the last official work he did on any kind of Beatles thing was a string arrangement on that demo, which I believe is on the Love album. I want to say, is that right? That the Cirque du Soleil soundtrack. I want to say that's where that lives. It's been a while since I've listened to it, but anyway, if this is While My Guitar Gently Weeps. I'll do my best here. Same thing, there's a few little moments here that are tricky. I look at you all, see the love there that's sleeping, while my guitar gently weeps. I look at the floor and I see it needs sweeping, while my guitar gently weeps. I don't know how, nobody told you how to unfold your love. I don't know how someone controlled you. They bought and sold you. I look at the world and I notice it's turning, while my Not perfect. Got to work on that one. That one's tough to play because it's so high up on the neck. But, you know, enough excuses. I'll work on it. You know. Okay. But from there, I don't know if I should even try this next one because it's tricky. Ooh. Sorry about this. Hang on. Ooh. Okay. Something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover. Something in the way she moves me. I don't want to leave her now. You know I believe in how. Somewhere in her smile, she knows that I don't need no other lover. Something in her style that shows me I don't want to leave her now. You know I believe in how. You're asking me, will my love grow? I don't know. I don't know. You stick around now, it may show. I don't know. I don't know. You're asking me, will my love grow? I don't know. I don't know. You stick around now, it may show. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure where it goes from there. I think it just ends. Something in the way she knows a little slippery in the end there. Sorry about that. Yeah, weird. I lost complete track after that second bridge. Weird. Yeah, so there you go. Another classic, clever song. That Clever George. Again, it's another one I haven't played something. So, yeah, certain amount of making that up as I went along. A little bit. Now, so, I've got a few more racked up here. See if I can get to them. Let's see. So the first one. All right, so this is the opening song from the All Things Must Pass record. It's called I'd Have You Anytime, that he wrote with Bob Dylan. It's another one of my favorite Harrison tunes. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna skip this one. Forgot that there's some fairly high notes in that one that I am not gonna be able to hit tonight. No, folks, no. However, I could probably do this one pretty well. So this is another one though that I've never done, which is really odd to me that I have not done it. Don't know why exactly. It's just there's a lot of songs in the world. There's just so many there's only so much time to get to them all. Now let's see if I can do this. This is one of those ones that has like a lot of words, or the way the words kind of sit is kind of funny. Anyway, but I'm gonna do it because it's actually very, very pertinent, obviously, to it's been a rough year already, and it's just at the end of February, into March, and a lot of shit going on for people. But again, another song that can potentially put things into perspective. So. Sunrise doesn't last all morning. The cloudburst doesn't last all day. Soon my love is up and has left you with no warning. It's not always gonna be this great. All things must pass. All things must pass away. The sunset doesn't last all evening. A wind can blow those clouds away. After all, if my love is up and must be leaving, it's not always gonna be this great. All things must pass. All things must pass away. put that on the pile to revisit for sure. Yeah, some of the, just got to remember where some of the words fall, you know, when I'm singing them. I'm making notes to myself so that if I, you know, again, I'm rehearsing, folks. Thanks for hanging out while I rehearse. Appreciate it. So let's see. Let's see. Yeah, all right. I'll do one more. Oh, I need a capo. Actually, this will go perfectly because the next two I'll need a capo on fret 2. So I'll do one more sort of Harrison-ish, and then I'll end it with my normal, because it is closing on 9:30. So anyway, this is a song that Harrison wrote with his other bargain basement Beatle friend, Ringo, and appeared on the Ringo album, and still another one of those sort of lovely, simple ditties that was all over the radio in 1973 and 4. And probably the closest thing will come to a Beatles reunion, clearly, at least at the time, especially. Anyway. Every time I see your face, it reminds me of the places we used to go. But all I've got is a photograph, and I realize you're not coming back anymore. I thought I'd make it the day you went away, but I can't make it till you come home again to stay. I can't get used to living here while my heart is broke, my tears have cried for you. I want you here to have and hold as the years go by and we grow old and gray. Now you're expecting me to live without you, but that's not something that I'm looking forward to. I can't get used to living here while my heart is broke, my tears have cried for you. Now you're expecting me to live without you, but that's not something that I'm looking forward to. Every time I see your face, it reminds me of the places we used to go. But all I've got is a photograph, and I realize you're not coming back anymore. Every time I see your face, it reminds me of the places we used to go. And all I've got is a photograph, and I realize you're not coming back anymore. Yeah. Fitting and poignant and all that kind of wonderful shit. So I think it's still fitting to end with what I always end with, because there was definitely a thread and a link to the person that wrote this particular song with George Harrison. They were extremely good friends, and I don't know if they would consider themselves best friends, but pretty close, I would think. To the point where George Harrison, you know, a Beatle guesting on a television show in Britain at the time, which would have been 73-ish, I think I want to say, for Eric Idle was doing Rutland Weekend Television, did the Christmas special, and George Harrison doesn't make an appearance, and you think he's going to... George Harrison is basically wanting to be a pirate, and he's dressed as a pirate, and it's pretty fucking funny. You can go up on YouTube and find it, Rutland Weekend Television, George Harrison. You'll see it, where in lieu of singing "My Sweet Lord," he sings the pirate song. Yeah, so that gave you a pretty good idea of where George was coming from as far as his sense of humor. He was not the quiet, dour Beatle we all think he was. He was actually probably the funniest one. Oddly, everybody thought that Lennon was the funniest. Lennon was funny, but Harrison had a quiet funny that was a little different. So anyway, so it being the Galaxy song, I'll certainly send this one out to the energy of George Harrison and anybody else, and this also puts it all in perspective. And there's a reason why the word perspective has the word spec in it. So do the math of that. Just remember, if you're standing on a planet that's evolving and revolving at 900 miles an hour, it's orbiting at 19 miles a second, so it's reckoned a sun that is the source of all our power. The sun and you and me and all the stars that we can see are moving at 1,000,000 miles a day in an outer spiral arm at 40,000 miles an hour of the galaxy we call the Milky Way. Our galaxy itself contains 100 billion stars. It's 100,000 light years side to side. It bulges in the middle, 16,000 light years thick, but out by us it's just 3,000 light years wide. We're 30,000 light years from galactic central point. We go round every 200 million years, and our galaxy is one of only millions and billions in this amazing and expanding universe. The universe itself keeps on expanding and expanding in all of the directions it can whiz, as fast as it can go at the speed of light, 12 million miles a minute, and that's the fastest speed there is. So remember, when you're feeling very small and insecure, how amazingly unlikely is your birth, and pray that there's intelligent life somewhere up in space, 'cause there's bugger all down here on Earth. I can only imagine that those that have passed and whose energy may be kind of floating around the ether, piddly piddly, looking down on Earth at everything we do and laughing at our folly. pray that there's intelligent life somewhere up in space, because there's bugger all down here on Earth. So there you go. I'll leave you with that cheery note. I am your bundle of sunshine. My name is Joseph Auger. Joseph, don't call me Joey. Only certain people can call me Joey. It's 9:30. I'm going to head out. It's Saturday the 25th. I am planning to do a show tomorrow night with all hope. I am going to be probably donating tomorrow, so assuming I am not horribly fatigued or whatever, I plan on being here and doing another show for tomorrow at 8 o'clock. We'll go from there. So here's the thing. If we somehow, maybe, if we get a snow day, like if I know ahead of time, like on Monday, that like Tuesday is going to be delayed or something, maybe I'll even do a show on Monday, because I am local. In the evening, I'm in Providence, so I get home quicker. So we'll see. Again, I kind of, the weekends are one thing. During the week, I can't promise anything, but I could certainly let folks know if I'm going to do some sort of a show either Monday or maybe even Tuesday, depending on, like if I have the day off on Tuesday, I'll try to do a show. Why the hell not? That's basically the last day of February, and then we're into March. And then, we kind of go from there. It's a regular week for me this coming week, so God knows where things are going to be at. I will hope to do a show potentially on, again, how I'm feeling after the day, maybe Thursday. Try to do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday again. We'll see what happens. But we'll go from there. So it's this weekend, not next weekend. So we're still here. I'm looking beyond myself. Have a good night, folks. I will see you later. I'll let you know when the panel that I'm doing a little bit later on tonight is available to go watch. If you're interested in Gentle Giant and all things prog rock, then, it's basically a bunch of old dudes with beards talking over Zoom about a band called Gentle Giant. So I'll keep you posted and let you know. Have a good one. Bye-bye.